top stories. Independent People's Tribunal on ongoing ethnic conflict in Manipur publishes report on Manipur violence. Representatives of various civil society organizations representing internally displaced persons meet Governor of Manipur Ajay Kumar Bhalla. JSC of Pm-Istv begins shutdown of national highway at Sekmai. Unity needs to be developed among people to ensure future generations live in peaceful environment, says former UNLF chairman R.K. Megan. And joint efforts vital to overcome attempts made by non-locals to create tension among indigenous communities, exhorts Secretary of Yalhomi Forum R.K. Vijayalakshmi. Hello and welcome back. You're watching ISTV English News at 8. I'm Soyofi giving you the news in detail. The Independent People's Tribunal on the ongoing ethnic conflict in Manipur released its report at New Delhi on Wednesday, calling out systemic governance failures, citing disturbing evidence of targeted violence, state complicity and judicial inaction. The report released at the Press Club of India comes over 27 months after the outbreak of communal violence in Manipur. Constituted by the People's Union for Civil Liberties in 2024, the tribunal was chaired by former Supreme Court Judge Justice Kurian Joseph. It included 14 members from the judiciary, human rights organizations, academia, and the media, both from within and outside Manipur. The report identifies deep-rooted communal tensions, socio-political marginalization, land disputes and provocative political rhetoric as key triggers, drawing from extensive survivor testimonies and on-ground accounts. The report criticizes both the state and central governments for failing to uphold the rule of law. It also points to a breakdown in legal and constitutional mechanisms with delayed investigations, selective FIRs, and court failing to offer timely relief. The tribunal made key recommendations including setting up a permanent High Court bench in the Hill districts, an independent special investigating team, prosecutions for hate speech and inaction, and a restorative justice framework focused on reparations and reconciliation. Representatives of various civil society organizations representing internally displaced persons called on the Governor of Manipur Ajay Kumar Bhalla to apprise him of the challenges and grievances faced by the displaced communities. The delegation raised key concerns related to road accessibility, resettlement in their native homes, access to education, healthcare, and the need for proper housing. The governor assured the delegation that these issues have already been taken up with the concerned authorities and that sustained efforts are underway to resolve them at the earliest. The meeting was also attended by the Commissioner Home and the Secretary to the Governor. In a separate meeting, Dilip Mangsuli, chairman of the American Oncology Institute AOI, along with 3 officials called on the Governor of Manipur at Raj Bhavan, Imphal. The chairman highlighted AOI's journey as a leading cancer care provider in India, stating that 90 cancer treatment units are operational nationwide, including one in Imphal, the only unit in the northeast. He informed that the Imphal unit is equipped with advanced surgical oncology operation theatres and nearly 60% of patients have received treatment under the Ayushman Bharat PMJAY and CMHT schemes. The JSC formed in connection with the death of Pm-Istv from Awang Sekmai Leipat, who passed away on August 19, allegedly due to medical negligence during surgery at Dreams after she sustained a bone injury on her leg on August 13 has announced a ban along the national highway starting today. Security forces have been deployed to control the situation and maintain order. The JSC stated that the woman died due to negligence by the doctors involved in her treatment, and they demanded that those responsible be held accountable. They warned that if the authorities fail to take necessary action, they will intensify their agitation and continue to enforce the National Highway 2 ban and several other forms of agitation. On the other hand, Regional Institute of Medical Sciences RIMS Imphal mourned the demise of Pm-Istv, calling it unfortunate. In a statement, RIMS Media Cell said Pm-Istv was admitted on August 14 with a right leg bone fracture. She was planned for open reduction and internal fixation with plating under regional or spinal anesthesia and was being prepared for surgery on August 19 when she suddenly developed cardiorespiratory failure. Despite the best resuscitative efforts by the medical team, she could not be revived. The statement said and informed that an internal inquiry has already been initiated and is expected to conclude shortly. The exact cause of that will only be confirmed after the post-mortem examination. RIMS expressed condolences and assured full cooperation with all ongoing and future investigative procedures being undertaken by competent authorities. Former chairman of UNLF R.K. Megan has highlighted the need to foster unity among the people so that the future generations can live in peaceful environment. He made the statement during a program where Kundrakpam Kendra Tengbang Loop extended assistance to kin of 10 persons of the constituency who have been killed in the Manipur conflict. Members of Kundrakpam Kendra Tengbang Loop and office bearers of the Village Protection Force 2 attended the program held at the residence of Nongtongbam Rojendro at Yumnam, Kuno. The third phase of financial aid was extended to the kin of the 10 martyrs, while electric looms were handed over to wife of late Haubujam Somen Kumar and wife of Nandaibam Rojan, who were killed in the conflict. R.K. Megan further noted that although the martyrs received widespread tributes at the time of their passing, their families tend to fade into obscurity over time. He said unity is the key to defeating efforts being made to destroy the Meitei community.
Otherwise, science and technology to be don't suffer about what was his a good new guys. Not going to what he has suffered the bureau for the day. When I say, hot number, Hananba. Otherwise, nothing but the Katana movie with all. I was it comes to the I could say, somebody plus up at the rice.
Nongtongbam Rajan said the recent trend about people doing crowdfunding on social media platforms to help the victims of the Manipur conflict is a result of the incompetence of the people's representative of each constituency. Secretary of Yelhomi Forum R.K. Vijayalakshmi called for concerted efforts to combat the attempts made by illegal immigrants to create enmity among the indigenous communities. She made the statement while attending the opening of international workshop held under the theme Intercultural Resources and Peace Building at Government Hindi Teachers Training College, Imphal. Principal of GHTTC Professor T.H. Asha Sinha, Secretary of Yelhomi Forum R.K. Vijayalakshmi, cultural activist and scholar Mutua Bahadur, Asia Center, Harvard University Associate Bina Lakshmi Nepram attended as the main guest at the program conducted by Government Hindi Teachers Training College, Imphal, Council for Education, Administration and Management, Manipur Chapter and Yelhomi Forum, Manipur. R.K. Vijayalakshmi continued that the indigenous communities of the state have been living in peaceful coexistence for decades. However, certain external forces by non-locals have been trying to create disharmony among the indigenous communities. This must be stopped immediately, with the people fighting the forces as one, she said.
People to people connection khoi makhong digi hor aba matungda khoi gi connection je sema ba matungda sungsoi soi dana khoi gi manata misunderstanding le ramba communication gap le ramba amana amada khoi gi historical grievances myam ama le ramba myam se singdokna raba matungda loina ma diminish tor raba matungda anagi nuksina bagi bonding do amuken stronger oina semakani habigi thaja basiga loina na khoina sigumba workshop se khoi mathang mathang sum sinjarapani.
Research Fellow of Southeast Asia and Oceania Center of the MPIDSA New Delhi, Dr. Om Prakash Das, underscored the necessity of adopting specific strategies to counter the impact of Myanmar's situation on northeast states if the unrest continues in Myanmar. He made the statement during a guest lecture program held under the theme Geopolitical Developments in Myanmar and its Impact on Indo-Myanmar Border, with special focus on Manipur at the VC Court Hall of Manipur University, Kanchipur. Director General Assam Rifles, Lieutenant General Vikas Lakhera, Vice Chancellor of Manipur University, Professor Naurem Lokendra, Security Advisor Kuldeep Singh, officials of Manipur government, journalists, retired military officers, academicians and students too attended the program. Dr. Om Prakash Das further stated that with its armed conflict, ethnic tension and political instability continuing in Myanmar, the case of drug trafficking, arms smuggling and opium cultivation too rises. He maintained that cross-border smuggling of weapons had even reached the hands of armed groups in northeast states, subsequently creating internal tension in the region. He also stressed the need for robust border fencing along international border areas to enhance security.
Part of India, various insurgent groups have been supporting parties who are working there, like various groups supporting the junta, few groups are supporting rebels group, and these cross connections resulted the smuggling of arms, the providing of the funding at various levels, providing other resources, and it fueled, ignited or increased the problem, because they also have interest across the board. Those alignment is resulting here that the clashes. So there are various groups engaging in joint operation, various groups in Myanmar. So this has been the issue.
Manipur Institute of Management Studies (MIMS) Manipur University observed World Entrepreneurs Day at the department's hall with various eminent personalities. Addressing the function, Dean of School of Social Sciences, Professor Memcha Loitongbam, said India is emerging as a leading nation in entrepreneurship and emphasized on the open scopes to explore in Manipur, including the digital landscape. She stated that proper training and financial support can help nurture successful entrepreneurs.
As we celebrate today the World Entrepreneurs Day, we celebrate more than businesses and profit. We celebrate the human spirit of innovation, the courage to challenge convention, and the determination to create positive change, ideas into reality, and who inspire others to dream higher and act bolder. So the world needs more entrepreneurs, not just for economic growth, but for the solution, innovation and positive changes that bring to society.
Progressive farmer of Scientific Fish Academy and fish breeder integrated fish farmer Haisnam Deban, hailing from Kodak in Bishnupur district, released fingerlings of sareng in Kodak Maril, where water flows into Loktak Lake. Sareng fingerlings were successfully bred through induced breeding by the farmer himself. Speaking to media persons, Haisnam Deban shared that although sareng was once abundant in Manipur, its population declined drastically following the construction of the Itai barrage, leading to its extinction from Loktak Lake. While the Fisheries Department, in collaboration with local fish farmers, has managed to breed sareng fingerlings in fish farms, Deban emphasized that this effort alone is not enough to ensure large-scale production of the species in the state. Taking the initiative himself, he began releasing sareng fingerlings into Loktak Lake to promote mass production. He further stated his commitment to continuing these releases in the future.
The Manipur farm the yoga and the Saring, the Parks and the Putoposi, Tapka the woman by the other Jahana ꯑꯩꯈꯣꯏꯒꯤ ꯄꯥꯠꯇ ꯇꯨꯔꯦꯟꯗ ꯃꯔꯥꯡ ꯀꯥꯏꯅ ꯐꯪꯉꯝꯕꯗꯣ ꯑꯗꯨꯒꯤ ꯂꯩꯅꯅꯕ ꯑꯗꯨꯒꯤ ꯐꯪꯅꯅꯕꯒꯤ ꯄꯥꯟꯗꯝꯗ ꯑꯩꯈꯣꯏ ꯉꯁꯤ ꯁꯔꯦꯡ ꯃꯆꯥ ꯉꯥ 1,000 ꯇꯨꯔꯦꯟꯗ ꯊꯥꯗꯣꯛꯑꯦ ꯊꯥꯗꯣꯛꯏꯁꯤ ꯀꯩꯅꯣ ꯍꯥꯏꯕ ꯃꯇꯝꯗ ꯑꯩꯅ ꯍꯦꯟꯅ ꯌꯥꯝꯅ ꯉꯥ ꯃꯆꯥ ꯍꯦꯛꯇ ꯌꯥꯝ ꯃꯌꯥꯝꯁꯦ ꯄꯥꯛ ꯁꯟꯅ ꯁꯤꯟꯕ ꯊꯨꯡꯅ ꯄꯤꯕ ꯉꯝꯃꯤ ꯍꯥꯏꯕꯒꯤ ꯀꯩꯅꯣꯗ ꯇꯧꯕꯁꯨ ꯅꯠꯇꯦ ꯑꯩꯅ ꯄꯨꯊꯣꯛꯆꯩꯕ ꯈꯔꯁꯦ ꯂꯣꯛꯇꯥꯛꯇ ꯇꯥꯍꯀꯥꯟꯗ ꯂꯣꯛꯇꯥꯛꯇ ꯆꯪꯈ꯭ꯔꯒꯗꯤ ꯇꯨꯔꯦꯟꯗ ꯂꯩꯈ꯭ꯔꯒꯗꯤ ꯃꯊꯪ ꯆꯍꯤꯗꯤ ꯃꯆꯥ ꯑꯣꯜꯂꯅꯤ ꯑꯗꯨꯅ ꯁꯨꯡꯁꯣꯏ ꯁꯣꯏꯗꯅ ꯃꯊꯪ ꯆꯍꯤꯗꯒꯤꯗꯤ ꯄꯥꯠ ꯇꯨꯔꯦꯟꯗ ꯃꯔꯥꯡ ꯀꯥꯏꯅ ꯐꯪꯅꯅꯕꯒꯤ ꯄꯥꯟꯗꯝꯗ ꯊꯥꯗꯣꯛꯆꯕꯅꯤ ꯍꯥꯏꯇꯥꯔꯦ ꯁꯔꯦꯡꯁꯦ.
Retired fishery officer Tomba said, along with rearing at fish farms, sareng should also be reared in Loktak Lake for mass production. He also appreciated the initiative taken up by Deban.
Ngasi mana thadoi ba ngajina at least yamdabada chamada 10 hingera 20 hingera ahing bakadi Loktak yorane ba aduna thataruk tani pan ko yari banina Loktak kadi yam thuna meso orani control toba room na tablina adedi Raja da ju sareng marang kaina phangena size ping ai da jeng ngarang lang da thoreng khalagadi thadok biba amaduna ngarang lang da isini sangda phadokadi ngase macha obuning ngate macha obuning phadokadi masing han dharani dana aduma ju public da haining ena.
MLA RK Imo visited Kishamthong Kabuikul and held an interaction with local leaders and committee members focusing on developmental issues in the area. He assured the replacement of damaged CGI sheets at the community hall and announced plans to renovate it into an ecoless facility. He also revealed that the old Kishamthong Kul cemetery will be upgraded into a community park and playground. The MLA emphasized that these works will commence immediately for the welfare and benefit of the residents of the area. Later, the MLA inspected the UPHC at Haurok Chambi and reviewed progress at the new UPHC building in Nepra Menjor, urging for its completion by the end of August to improve healthcare services in Sagolban and nearby areas. The Coalition Against Drugs and Alcohol CADA today organized an academic awareness program at Sofia English School in Tobul district as part of its continuous efforts to spread awareness about the dangers of drug and alcohol abuse. The theme of the awareness program was Impact of Substance Abuse among Student Community. The event was attended by the headmaster of Sofia English School, Akoijam Jugeshwar, CADA President Hijam Priyo Kumar, and President of CADA Tobul District Committee, Athokpam Ongbi Bimola, as the main guest. Vice President of CADA, Ningthojam Dorant, participated as the resource person and shared in-depth insights with the students on the various harmful effects of substance abuse and the serious consequences it can have on youth. Two-day orientation training program on pesticides, regulatory framework and safe and judicious use of pesticides organized by Central IPM Center Imphal kicked off at the conference hall of the Agriculture Department. Director of Agriculture Peter Salam and Nodal Officer MOBA Donald Sobam too graced the opening of the training program as the main guest. During the technical session, Agriculture Officer Chintu spoke on the role of State Agriculture Department Insecticide Inspector in enforcement of Insecticide Act, while APPO Binalata Kangjam delivered speech on the topic Insecticide Act 1968 and Insecticide 1971, while FSI designated Officer Philam Surjakanta covered the topic Pesticide Residue on Human and Environment as resource persons. The experts emphasized the importance of raising awareness about the challenges arising from ineffective regulation of pesticide use and enforcement of relevant acts and rules during the program.
Aidagi koina Manipur da sahi meda til hidak natraga kophai hidak sinaba matamsi lorok panthajina wagidurubani adana haiba matamsi da koina dax gi niyom chumna sin halaga chaga do sinjak singjida magi tingi hidak kophai hidak singsi yaudana ba natraga na handhana bagi adogi maru pandanu tawuni.
A financial literacy camp was organized at Ghari Awangleka as part of the 3-month saturation campaign on financial inclusion schemes at the Gram Panchayat level, jointly conducted by LDM Imphal West and SLBC Manipur. The camp was held at Ghari Awangleka Community Hall under the support of the Department of Financial Services Government of India in collaboration with the RBI District Administration Imphal West, MSRLM and CRISIL. During the camp, Various services were provided, including enrollment for APY, opening of bank accounts, completion of KYC, updating of nominations, awareness on Pm-Istv, and information on accessing loans and other financial services. Around 150 people from Sagolban Thanojam Laikai Gram Panchayat Imphal West enrolled and participated in the program. District Manager and Coordinator of SBI Imphal West and Thawal District Dr. Maitram Uttam Luang shared detailed insights about the financial literacy camp and various available schemes.
Praja mayam dasu akoi na ngasi appeal tawjariba ase tarik 19 September bogi manungda isa gi lekai da bank sing na silakpa program sing da yaubiu amasung program si da yahoba nangdraga su isa gi leiriba bank branch satlaga hairiba KYC bu tawbo oiro account hangbo bo oiro scheme asi yaubiraga hairiba scheme asi khudong chaba lobiu haina appeal tawjari.
The Rotary Club of Polo City Imphal, in collaboration with Edu Plus Skills and Overseas Point, organized a live career counseling and guidance program at Wangkai High School, a model government school. Around 250 students participated in the event. Dr. Bobby Soram, principal scientist at Advanced Hydrogen Energy Solutions in South Korea, addressed the students with an encouraging speech and shared valuable insights to help students to guide their future career choices. R.K. Ratan Kumar, president of the Rotary Club of Polo City, highlighted about various activities of Rotary Club and expressed that students must carefully choose their career paths and also choose a career that suits them. Under the initiative Capacity Building for HRD in Unmanned Aircraft Systems, NILIT Imphal inaugurated a 5-day intensive bootcamp 20.0 at the NILIT Senapati Extension Center. The program at Senapati was initiated under the guidance of OIC NILIT Senapati Gangmei Gailunglu Kabuini, along with Project Associate NILIT Senapati KL Rita Ko, specially designed for the police personnel of Senapati District. The bootcamp focuses on the assembly of micro-category quadcopter drone. A total of 25 police personnel, including the additional SP Senapati and SDPO Senapati, actively participated in the training program. The training is being conducted by a technical team comprising project assistants Dairul Singh Tarao and AS Temvina. The Swayan project is led by scientist ECI Dr. Angom Bubo with technical officer Co-CI Tokchom Chitaranjan. According to additional SP ML Kaisungbo, the drone training was initiated to equip law enforcement with knowledge of drone-related laws, crucial in the current crisis for disaster response and combating large-scale poppy cultivation. He emphasized the need for technological adaptation to improve police efficiency and maintain law and order. He also noted that drones could be used for investigations in the future, aiming to ensure police performance meets public expectations. Meanwhile, instructor and master trainer Dairul Singh Katrimsha Tarao stated that a 5-day drone training bootcamp for Senapati police personnel covered theoretical sessions, drone component assembly, programming with open source software, and practical flying exercises, including a group competition. The training will conclude with a 30-mark examination for all participants.
Autonomous mission haina drone su lay akoina sumaina khoi software open source software sida akoina kari akoina sumaina waypoint haina khangnai ko mission haina sumaina waypoint khai ga haidi moi marakta group mari oina khandoi ba khoina do moi group mari joina competition to khalaga haidi kanana phajana waypoint ji yek pa haibra kanana phajana yek pa ngambra kanana haidi accurate oina to ngambra hebdo to tawi tawne aduga last day 5 days sida akoina exam sama lawe MCQ gi ko exam haidi akoina takhi ba mayam oina theory to gi mayam natra practical to gi mayam to gi question khara khandoga 30 question 30 mark ki do 5 days tawari.
Under the initiative Ek Pet Mahakenam, led by ZEO Zone 1 Thoknganbi Upper Primary School, planted several tree saplings as a step toward preserving the environment. The tree plantation program saw active participation from the school's teachers, students, SMC members and local residents. We have an update from the national news. The Lok Sabha and the Rajya Sabha have been adjourned sine die today. With this, monsoon session of Parliament, which began on 21st of last month, concluded in the Lok Sabha Speaker Om Birla said during the session 14 government bills were introduced and a total of 12 bills were passed. He said a two-day special discussion was also held on Operation Sindoor. The Speaker informed that a special discussion was also initiated on the achievements of India's space program in the Lok Sabha. He said a total of 419 starred questions were included in the agenda for this session, but due to continuous pre-planned disruptions, only 55 questions could be taken for oral reply. Birla expressed displeasure over the loss of time due to disruptions, saying that the House barely managed to work only for 37 hours in this session. In the Rajya Sabha, the Constitution 130th Amendment Bill 2025, the Government of Union Territories Amendment Bill 2025 and the Jammu and Kashmir Reorganization Amendment Bill 2025 have been referred to a joint committee of Parliament for further scrutiny by the Rajya Sabha. The Parliament has passed the Promotion and Regulation of Online Gaming Bill 2025 with the Rajya Sabha approving it today. The Deputy Chairman expressed displeasure over the disruption caused by opposition MPs during the monsoon session. He said the House functioned for only 41 hours 15 minutes and the productivity of the session stood at 38.8%. He said 14 bills were passed or returned during the session. He added that the House also held a special discussion on Operation Sindoor. Later, he adjourned the House sine die. Let's take a look at the headlines for today. Independent People's Tribunal on ongoing ethnic conflict in Manipur publishes report on Manipur violence. Representatives of various civil society organizations representing internally displaced persons meet Governor of Manipur Ajay Kumar Bala. JAC of Hijam Ongbi Ibemcha begins shutdown of national highway at Sekmai. Unity needs to be developed among people to ensure future generations live in peaceful environments, says former UNLF Chairman R.K. Megan. And joint efforts vital to overcome attempts made by non-locals to create tension among indigenous communities, exhorts Secretary of Yelhomi Furup R.K. Vijay Lakshmi. That's all we have in this bulletin for today. Thank you for joining us. Have a pleasant night.